In a world where status often overshadows kindness, one woman's cruelty sparked a moment that would ripple across lives. She insulted a waitress in front of everyone, thinking it was just another throwaway moment. But fate had other plans. What unfolded next changed both of their lives forever, and it might just change yours too. If you believe that one act of grace can change the world, smash the like button, subscribe to at The Jones Life Stories, and share this video with someone who needs this today. Now sit back and let this story unfold. Emily Jones wasn't just a waitress. She was the glue holding her fragile family together. Every morning at 5 a.m., she helped her diabetic mother with insulin shots, packed lunch for her younger brother Noah, then biked 5 miles to her diner shift. Customers loved her for the way she remembered their names, their usual orders, and even their life stories. But behind her glowing smile was fatigue, struggle, and unseen dreams. At night, she would sketch cafe designs in a worn-out notebook, her dream cafe filled with art, jazz, and homemade pies. Meanwhile, Victoria Langford lived in a mansion, 15 rooms, 8 bathrooms, and not a single real friend. Her life was curated, filtered, and shared with millions online. But beneath the glitz, she battled loneliness and resentment toward her father, who had cut ties with her after a public scandal. She masked her pain with arrogance, sarcasm, and lavish spending. Her assistant, Jade, silently observed her boss spiral into a persona she barely recognized. On that fateful Monday, Victoria had a PR disaster brewing. Her skincare brand was under fire for using cheap ingredients. She stormed into Sunrise Diner seeking coffee and control. Emily, juggling 3 tables, spilled a bit of coffee on the saucer while handing it to Victoria. That's when it happened. Victoria, loudly, "Do you serve incompetence with every order, or am I just lucky today?" She filmed it live. Emily, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me remake it." Victoria, "Forget it. I don't drink loser juice." Customers were stunned. Emily held back tears, focusing on the counter. But one table, an elderly man and a child, watched silently. After Victoria left, Emily excused herself, locked herself in the storage room, and cried. All the pressure, humiliation, and exhaustion poured out. Flashback. We see Emily as a child, watching her dad walk out the door, leaving her mother with 2 kids and no income. She whispered to herself, "Don't break, Emily. You don't have time to break." Victoria's clip went viral, but not the way she intended. Thousands commented in support of Emily. One post by an influencer read, "This waitress handled cruelty with more grace than I've seen in boardrooms." Hashtags exploded. Stand with Emily. Aunt Grace under fire. Be like Jones. Local reporters visited the diner to interview Emily. She initially refused, but when she saw the messages, single moms, bullied teens, minimum wage workers thanking her for inspiring them, she agreed. Emily's story aired nationwide. Donations poured in. One anonymous donor gave $50,000. Victoria watched it all from her penthouse, alone. A week later, Victoria returned to the diner, not with bodyguards or cameras, but with her assistant, Jade, and a letter. She asked for 5 minutes. The cafe went quiet. Victoria stepped forward. "I was cruel. I judged you without knowing your strength. You didn't deserve any of it. You inspired millions. You inspired me." She pulled out a check, 100,000 to fund Emily's cafe dream. Emily looked her in the eyes. "Why the change of heart?" Victoria said. "Because for the first time, someone didn't fight my fire with more fire. They gave me grace. That's something money can't buy." Months later, Jones and Grace opened with long lines out the door. Emily hired single moms, ex-cons, and former dropouts, people who just needed a second chance. Victoria? She became a silent investor. She stepped away from the spotlight, focused on therapy, and rebuilt her relationship with her dad. On opening day, the cafe offered one special, the forgiveness latte, $0, 0 cents, because we all deserve a second chance. From humiliation to healing, from pride to purpose, this is not just a story, it's a reminder. Sometimes the richest people are poor in spirit, and sometimes the people society looks down on hold the power to lift us all up. If this story moved you, don't just scroll away. Tap like to show your love for kindness. Share this video to remind someone they're not alone. Comment below. Kindness is power, and hit subscribe to At the Jones Life Stories, where every story reminds you humanity still lives.